Great. Hope everyone is nice and relaxed and no one's falling asleep. My name is Cormac from Energy Cooperatives Ireland. We are operating, we're going to do this presentation, but effectively what we do in Ireland is we help create an energy cooperative from people from the street. We started off about 8 or 9 years ago. We helped create the Iron Islands Energy Cooperative, which is a fantastic success story in its own right. We've got 4 other cooperatives, and they are simply just people in the community coming together to take control of their own energy production, retrofitting their homes, that kind of initiative. So what we've got is a group in a place called Claremorris in Mayo. They're producing their own solar farm, 5 megawatts. We're doing one in Galway, which are doing a lot of deep retrofitting. Other groups down in Kerry, and our latest one is in Valentia, Ireland. So we also work for an Irish government agency called the Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland. So we actually mentor 43 communities in the west of Ireland, and that is literally people off the street who want to get involved in climate change actions. They just don't know how to do it. So what we do is we just come along, we put our arm around them, and we get them to be more confident, to get them to be more knowledgeable about what the real story is on the ground, and help them to change their behaviour and their neighbours' behaviour. So it's a whole sort of learning process that we're undertaking with people. In this particular program, we mentor 43 communities, but the program around Ireland today is 335, I think it's, and that will grow to 500 communities next year. So it's a program that's actually dramatically increasing in size, and in 5 years' time they want to get up to 1,500. So it's a methodology for a government on the ground to interact with communities, to make them more confident, to make them to actually decide to do things themselves and not be afraid of it, and to demystify a lot of the stuff that we hear about. People in this room are very, very knowledgeable about renewable energy and hydrogen in particular, but you know, the person on the street, would you stop and ask about what do you know about hydrogen, and they would say the maddest things, you know. So we're trying to really address that kind of thinking on the ground, and that takes time, it takes energy, it takes good messaging, it takes a lot of things, but you've got to really get out there and talk to these people on their own level. So this is really what we're at. The beauty about coming on and talking late in these sort of presentations is you know every single piece of information on these slides. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply fly down through it. The question is hydrogen, the energy vector of the future, in a question form. So again, we've got all the greenhouse effects in the world. Prediction for 3%. What does all that mean? How it's all broken down. You can see all this. I'm sure everyone's aware of a lot of these things. Then we've got the renewable energy resources, wind, solar, and again, depends on where you are in the world. That will have more of these than other locations. So then you've got the issues that are involved. Why would people invest in it? Because there's lots and lots of wind in this particular northern periphery Arctic region. We've got solar as well, but it's the distance you have to travel from production to use that costs so much money, and that's the loss of income, and it basically sort of means that people don't want to invest readily. So then you've got production of hydrogen. So we've got all this excess wind energy, for instance, and then you're producing H2O by the simple process that we all are aware of. And this, to many other people on the street, is fascinating stuff. To most people in this room, it's second hand. So we're talking about storing hydrogen. It's fantastic. It's can be used for heating homes. That's one of the things that people on the street have no concept of whatsoever, that you can actually heat a home or a factory or whatever by hydrogen. And again, all that comes out of the back of a car, for instance, or a truck is water. Again, hydrogen, affordable, viable. We go down through all the different areas in the NPA region. In Ireland, we have a scenario where the west coast of the country is pretty much devoid of a decent grid in total. So what do we do? So in the future, the government has two choices. You either invest over the next 20, 30, 40 years to try and upgrade that system, which would cost just an enormous amount of money. It just couldn't be done. And you would have lots of local resistance, because it's where a lot of the great scenery in the country is. So you would have a huge uphill task in order to try and achieve that. So effectively, a lot of the NPA region has got saturated territories. It's got grid issues. So how and what can we do to change all that? And that's where hydrogen, I believe, comes in. And we pretty much know all of this. So that's great. This is the bit that I genuinely love. So here we are today, we're in 2020 essentially. We've got the odd car. In Ireland, we've got 2 hydrogen cars. Oh my God, 2 hydrogen cars. They're owned by the same person. Sorry?
We have one in Finland.
You wanted one? Well, we've got 2. Sorry, no, they're twice as good as you are. The story, the interesting story is the guy who owns 2 cars, there's one person who owns 2 cars, and he has to bring them on the back of the truck to London to refuel them and bring them back again. He's got money, so not an issue for him. But this is it really is fantastic when you look at this and see where we're going. So we are today in 2020, but then you're talking about city buses coming in, you're talking about trucks, you're talking about trains. So by 2025, you're really sort of starting to see the beginning of a hydrogen economy, but still only at the beginning. And then you've got all the trams, whatever it is, vans, coaches and trucks, etc., and the ships and planes. But it's just great to know that we're at the start of something. Everyone in this room is at the start of this whole process. It's genuinely exciting, and we should be genuinely excited about it. So this is the targets again people know about, and by 2050 is going to be extreme targets that we have to try and meet, and these are the benefits. They're substantial, they're real, they're there for us to just implement. So this is something that I can talk about that you wouldn't know about particularly. So this is a case study of one of these groups, one of these communities that we're involved in Ireland. It's a case study of Valentia Island. So what we're doing on Valentia is, about 2.5 years ago, they set themselves up as one of these sustainable energy communities. So what's involved in that is us as a group in a room coming together as a community and saying we want to get involved in this, we want to do deep retrofitting, we want to change our habits, we want to get control of the energy usage in our area. So the first thing that we do is we become one of these sustainable energy communities, and then we get money to do one of these energy master plans for our whole area. So now we've got a whole document that's been produced. It takes about 4 or 5 months to do it. It gives you a complete energy usage for your whole island or your whole area, and you know now what you want to do. You can see what is there to be done. You decide as a group what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it. So then you now have a roadmap for the next 5 or 10 years to sort of start to implement a whole variety of things that you choose as a community to implement, which is great. So it's in your control. So once this document is produced, now we just follow it. So there's funding available to get a lot of these things done. So this particular area in Valencia, it's on the southern part of the country, and it is a beautiful area. This particular rock here was featured in Star Wars. So there's a huge amount of tourism, people who come from all over the world to sort of have a look at this thing. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful island. So the plans that we have are for the project. It's contained in this feasibility study that we've just done. And the aim of the project is to have, we've got an energy production resource there, which may or may not be the one that we finally go for, but that's a floating solar platform that will produce just over 1 megawatt of power. So what's interesting about this particular island is that 150 years ago, it was the location from Canada for a transatlantic cable, communications cable, that came to Europe, which meant that for the first time messages would come for maybe 2 minutes you could send a message, whereas previously it was about 2 minutes. So it was, for a certain amount of time, Valencia Island was at the centre of the world for this particular reason. And it was a fantastic story because they took 4 attempts to bring this cable from Canada to Valencia Island, and they just were absolutely determined to make it happen. So it was just a brilliant sort of forerunner of the World Wide Web. So it's great. What we're looking to do now is produce about 26 tons per annum of hydrogen. So we now have a potential source for the renewable energy. It goes into an electrolyzer. The idea is to have this iconic building on the island where the cable came into 150 years ago. That will be heated by hydrogen. There's a plastics factory in the cable station also currently, and that would also be heated. Then we've got a hotel, you've got some utility vehicles, and some homes. So what we're trying to create here is an exemplar project of, in simple, small scale, that we can then multiply out. But the beauty about all this is that it will be owned and run by the community. People off the street. So they form an energy cooperative. It has rules and regulations to follow. It's Helena here will testify to all the rules and regulations that you have to attest to. You have to have monthly meetings, 1 member, 1 vote, all this kind of good stuff. But it means that the community are in control of this. And along the west coast of Ireland, we're looking to replicate this a number of times. So we want to perfect this, we want to get it right, we want to go step by step by step. What you're seeing in front of you now, we've had a whole series of community meetings. We started working this about 2 years ago. Over the last 12 months, we've had 4 community meetings. We had Ireland's only hydrogen car there on the day. People could actually kick the tires of it and sort of see what a hydrogen car looked like. And the community has embraced this. All of those meetings, the community are, because they have a history of technology, etc., they literally said, yes, we're not afraid of this, we can understand what you're trying to achieve here. So essentially it's a case of the community backing the work that we're doing. Is a longer term process. It's going to take another 2 or 3 years before that becomes a reality, because there's planning permissions and there's the usual issues that we've got. We've got to get some funding for it. But we've created a story. The Irish government's now meeting them next week. They want to know how to do this, how we've done this. So this is an example of how you can go to a community and grow from that community and use hydrogen. So we want to be able to create a really good example project. that's really what we're at. The idea would be that there would be a small number of homes here on the island, but there's also what they call a ring of Kerry. So that there would be tourists who come into the Kerry airport, they could pick up a hydrogen car, and then they could drive the ring of Kerry. So, and then they could refuel on the island itself. So this is the sort of, so there's tourism involved in this, there's job creation involved in this. The co-op on the island would actually have, they're going to create an educational hub, so as the expertise for installing hydrogen in homes, etc., 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 can be then replicated in different parts of the country. So there's that educational process that's going to go on, and then it just builds from there. And it's just a lovely, lovely story. Because this is real people on the street taking control of it. Now, I'm not saying there's no room for big companies in this, but there's also room for the small guy. Is there anything else on that? No, that was it. That's it, I think. Is there anybody any thoughts or any questions on it? On what we're doing up at that child? Yes.
Money. Who's financing the Cormac?
We're literally going to the Irish government in about 2 months' time. As part of this, we're having a consultation with them next week to inform them. We informed another part of the government last month about they see the advantage of educating people about it. So we're hopeful. Then there's an EU fund, hopefully, in February, that we're going to try and get some money out of as well. So as that stands, that does not make economic sense. So we need scale. So we need to grow it from that point, so people understand that this is the start of a road that needs to take place. Because instead of because we've only got 3 or 4 cars there, so what's the difference between that and 30 cars? So it's the same with the houses, the same with everything. So provide a good example projects, and then see it can be replicated and grown in different places, and not just in Ireland, but anywhere else. Anybody else? Any other thoughts or questions?
Yeah, with the, you said in this case the local community was already sort of quite fired up about getting involved in this sort of thing. With communities where it's perhaps not so far on their radar, do you think this would also be an effective model for engagement, to bring people on?
Well, you see, 2 years ago in Ireland, nobody knew anything about hydrogen. And through the likes of ourselves being involved in 3 hydrogen projects in Europe, how in NUIG, other members in NUIG, etc., and the guy in Dublin, it's now on the radar. So everywhere we've gone, we've talked about it. People see Cormac coming up and say, Jesus, hydrogen again. But so other communities are watching what's going on, and they're saying there's 2 communities that have put up their hands to say we'd like to be next.
That's really great.